Few years ago, I was the skinny guy that did everything in his power to avoid taking off his t-shirt in public. That's how insecure I was. Fast forward today, I'm 50 pounds heavier and in the best shape of my life. And I get accused almost all the time that I am not natural, that I am a fake natty. But the truth is, I was able to go from skinny to jacked naturally. And on this video, I'm going to show you the exact strategy that got me to go from skinny, insecure, to jacked and confident. So if you're a skinny guy that's trying to bulk up fast, this is the complete guide. Oh, before we dive in, if you're interested into a one-to-one coaching with me and you are ready to transform your body, I'll put a link in the description. Click on the link, book a one-to-one call with me, and I will see how I can help. All right, let's jump in. Now, first of all, let's talk about the diet. Look, if you're a skinny guy, you probably heard about the classic advice. You have to eat more, but how much more do you actually need to eat? What does that actually mean? How much more do you actually need to eat to support your muscle growth? And the key here is simple. You just need to be in a slightly calorie surplus. So basically what that means, you just have to eat more calories than you burn every single day. So if you don't know how much calorie you burn in every single day, I'll put a link in the description. So click on the link and plug in your age, your height, your weight, and your daily activity. And that will tell you how much calorie you burn in every single day. And from there, you want to add anywhere from 300 to 500 above your maintenance calories. Now, here's the problem. If you have a fast metabolism and a small appetite like I did, eating enough is not that easy. So let me give you the exact strategy that I use to be able to build muscle without starving myself and try to force feed myself to build muscle. Liquid calories was a game changer for me when I started bulking to build muscle. So when I started bulking, my appetite was terrible. I wasn't able to eat enough food to support my muscle growth. So then I started doing high calorie shakes. That's what makes it easier for me to build muscle. For example, the shake that I drank almost every day had peanut butter, banana, protein powder, and whole milk. Because these foods are very calorie dense and they will make you bloated. So it will make it very easy for you to hit your calories without force feeding yourself. Now, one of these shakes gave me over 1,000 calories and 80 grams of protein. That alone helped me gain 20 pounds of muscle in the first year of bulking. And the reason why it works so well is because it's easier to consume your calories in liquid form compared to solid foods. And the other reason why it works so well is that it barely takes any time. All it takes is 5 to 10 minutes and you're done. So if you're struggling to eat enough, make sure you start taking your shakes. And here is my full recipe for my protein shake. Now, as a skinny guy, your goal should be to get the most calories without getting stuffed. So that means you have to focus on calorie-dense food every single day. And when I say calorie-dense food, I'm not talking about junk foods like pizza, burgers, donuts. Yes, these foods have a lot of calories, but they don't have no nutrients. And nutrients, that's what's gonna help you support your muscle growth. So some of the foods that are very calorie-dense and nutrient-dense at the same time are olive oil, peanut butter. I use a lot of peanut butter when I started bulking, oats, nuts. So this type of food are very calorie dense and they will support your muscle growth without feeling stuffed or bloated. Now, a huge mistake that I did as a skinny guy, and I see a lot of skinny guys do, they try to eat only 2 massive meals every single day. And it's nearly impossible to hit 3,000 calories by eating only 2 massive meals. Instead, you need to spread your meals throughout the day. And you can do this by eating 3 meals or 4 meals with a snack on the side. So personally, I had breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a snack on the side. So the snack mostly, that's where I use my protein shake to make it easier for me to bulk up fast. Now, when it comes to bulking, protein is non-negotiable. Now, the general rule of thumb is 1 gram of protein per pound per body weight. So that means if you weigh 160 pounds, you should be eating 160 grams of protein every single day to build muscle. The easiest way is to build your meal around protein. So it doesn't matter what type of protein source that you have access to. It could be chicken, red meat, fish, tuna, salmon. Whatever protein source that you have, you can use that protein and be able to build muscle. Because I know right now on social media, everyone's talking about if you want to build muscle, you only have to focus on red meat, but that's not true at all. So when I started bulking, I was eating mostly chicken, eggs, and tuna. These were my 3 main protein sources. And yes, I was able to build a lot of muscle by just eating these 3 types of protein. However, if you have access to any type of protein, get advantage of that and then add that to your diet. Now, let's talk about supplements. You see, supplements are not magic. A lot of skinny guys are so obsessed about supplements. So They think supplements are just some magic sauce that as soon as they take it, they will start building muscle, but that's not the case. However, there's these two supplements that I'm currently taking that I also recommend you to take, and these are creatine and whey protein. And the reason why I take creatine, because creatine, as you all know, is the most researched supplement out there, and it helps with the strength in the gym, your recovery, which in return will help you build more muscle. And the other one is whey protein. The only reason why I take whey protein, because it makes it easier for me to hit my protein goals throughout the day. Other than that, you don't really need whey protein. And forget about all these other noise like fat burners, peptides, pre-workouts. All these other supplements are just all noise. They're just there to distract you. Because no matter what you do, no matter how much supplement that you take, they're not gonna speed up your muscle growth, and that's the truth. Now that you know that the type of food that you're gonna need to have a successful bulking phase, the amount of protein that you're gonna need and the supplements, let's talk about the training. So what I see in the gym, a lot of skinny guys follow the bro split. So that means on Monday they will train chest, on Tuesday they will train legs, on Wednesday they will train back, so on and so on. However, this is not the best split as a skinny guy, especially if you're natural and you're trying to build muscle. Because when it comes to building muscle, frequency matters. So that means you have to hit each muscle group at least twice a week. And the best split that I and my clients follow right now is the upper-lower split. So that means you're gonna be training 4 times a week. So on Monday, upper body, Tuesday, lower body, Wednesday, upper body, Thursday, lower body. And you can choose whatever days suit you the best. And the reason why this split works so well is because you hit each muscle group twice a week, and all it takes is 45 minutes, and that's it. Now, here's the secret to building muscle: progressive overload. So that means every week or every 2 weeks, you have to add more weight, more reps, or more sets in order for you to build muscle consistently. Because without this, you won't be able to build muscle. You can't be lifting the same weight that you've been lifting last year, and you are doing the same amount of weight, and you're expecting to build muscle. That's not how it works. That's why progressive overload is probably the most important thing when it comes to building muscle. Now, let's talk about recovery. This is where a lot of skinny guys mess up. If you try to build muscle, recovery should be your main priority. Because you can have the best diet, you can have the best workout program out there, but if your recovery is not in place, you're not gonna build muscle as fast as you want. And that's where a lot of skinny guys mess up. So you wanna sleep anywhere from 6 to 9 hours every single night. Because when you sleep, that's when you recover, your body will release growth hormones and actually be able to build size. So don't overlook your recovery and your sleep, because when I started implementing a proper sleep routine, that's when my progress doubled. Now, the last but not the least, and probably the most important one, is consistency. Now, whatever I spoke about in this video is useless without consistency. You can't just try your diet for 1 week and the following week you just eat whatever you want. You can't just train consistently for a month and the next few months you just train whenever you want or however you want. Because the guys with the best physique out there, probably the main reason that they were able to be successful on their journey to build muscle is consistency. They follow their routine every single day, because without a routine, you won't be able to do none of this consistently. And let me give you the biggest advice I ever got. Time is going to pass anyway. Whether you get started or not, time will pass anyway. Just think about it. 2 years from now, you are going to arrive regardless. Now the question is, will you arrive there with the physique that you want? Or will you still be stuck in the same position like you did over the last few years? Because that's what kept me going when progress were a bit slow. Day by day, rep after rep, meal after meal, I was able to get closer to my goal. And after just few years, here I am with the best physique of my life. Completely different to the skinny guy that I used to be, who was scared to take off his t-shirt in public. So guys, this is my complete guide for skinny guys that want to bulk fast. Make sure you follow every single step that I talk about on this video. Make sure you eat in a calorie surplus, and when you go to the gym, train hard with intention and intensity, and make sure you're progressing overload every single day. Make sure you recover properly, and most importantly, stay consistent. If you do that, you will be unrecognizable in few years down the line. If you found this video helpful, make sure you subscribe, and if you have any question, just comment down below and I will get back to you. And if you're ready to transform your body and you want my help, I will put a link in the description. Click on the link, book a one-to-one call with me, and I will see how I can help. For the meantime, I will see you on the next video.